Hey everyone. This week's topic is a little bit heavy, especially for me. It hits home. I'm going to be talking about self harm and suicide and substance abuse. Um, First things first, what I want to say is don't take this video as like advice on how to get out of this or anything like that, because I'm not the person to be saying that. Um, I'm definitely not the person to get advice from on how to stop. Um, and I'll tell you a little bit why. Um, when I was 12 years old, I started cutting myself. At first, it was not anything too serious, but as I got into high school, it got worse and worse. Um, I would cut myself at school, in the bathrooms, and to the point where I would feel faint. I've never had to get stitches or anything like that for my cuts, but um, they were pretty bad. Uh, yeah, I got one of my tattoos on my arm is covering the worst scar I have. Um, but yeah, in high school, I cut a lot because of bullying. Um, a lot because I didn't know who I was and I was having a hard time accepting myself. Um, I really was not a fan of who I was growing up. Once puberty hit, you can imagine I just started hating myself, and cutting became a release for me. Um, and I'll tell you, I am a cutter. I am still a cutter. I haven't cut for over a year. Um, but honestly, I will always be a cutter, so that's the reason I'm not the person to talk to on how to stop. Um, I will tell you that having a support group is amazing, and having somebody to talk to about it is always a good thing. But if you're someone like me who doesn't find comfort in talking to people, or that adds to the stress, it makes you want to do it more. Um, you know, for me, drawing, uh, writing, honestly, the real thing that has saved my life is, again, I'll say it, my dog. Um, when I got my dog, I was in a really bad spot. Um, it became really hard for me to, get up and do things on my days off of work. Um, I didn't really want to go outside. I'd go to the beach at nighttime and just kind of sit in my car and not really do anything and just think about things or cut, which is not a healthy thing. And when I got my dog, it forced me to actually have to take him out, interact with people, and really it's brought me out of my shell. And if I didn't have that, I would be in a very dark spot right now. So if you can't find comfort in talking to people, there's other options, and I really want people to realize that, because for me, talking to people adds a lot of stress to my life. Um, Man, I sound so antisocial, but yeah, talking is just really hard for me, and if you could read my thoughts, it would be a lot easier for me to communicate. But that's not really the case. But yeah, other than that, substance abuse, I had a lot of fun with my fair share of things once I turned 18. Once I realized I was trans, things kind of started spiraling downwards, I guess you could say, in terms of my thoughts. I started getting a lot darker, and when I did drugs, I felt a lot happier. They were very euphoric for me, of course. I felt like I was connected with my body when I would do drugs. Um, and so, with that being said, I would do a lot. Now that I start testosterone, I don't feel the need to do it as much. But here and there, I'll do some things with friends, but I don't feel like I'm abusing it anymore. But in terms of cutting, I am still a cutter. I'm sure if a situation came up, that would be the case. But I am trying very hard to come above that. Um, so, you know, I guess what I can really offer you is if you ever need somebody to talk to or just kind of like shoot the shit with, I'm definitely your guy because, you know, I get what it's like to be there and have those thoughts and, you know, I don't know, I just get it. And I'm totally down to listen, like I've said before. Um, I'm a very shy person, so if you're shy, like, don't hesitate to talk to me because I'm down to, like, go hang out and not talk for the whole time. If that sounds like a good hangout to you, I'm your guy. Um, you know, there are a lot of resources out there, but I think your best bet in, you know, rising above this is finding somebody that you can relate to. Um, because if you just find somebody to talk to and somebody to listen to, no matter how supportive they are, unless they get it and they can like fully like understand how you feel, it's not gonna make the biggest of difference to you. So yeah, you know, I'm totally here to listen. I'm down forever to listen. Like, I'm a great listener. Have I said that? But airplanes. We'll wait for this for a second. Alright, it's gone. Enough. You know, it's hard. I remember being, you know, 15 and that was the prime of like my cutting. And if I saw a video like this, I'd be like, alright, whatever, dude. Like, I'm sure you understand me. But honestly, like, I'm 21 and I'm still having those same thoughts. And if I had met somebody like me when I was 15 and like somebody that was actually down to reach out to me and just like be a friend, like not even try to stop me from cutting, because I think that's the biggest mistake that people do is like, you know, getting mad at somebody for cutting or telling them to stop. Telling somebody to stop cutting is not, it's not the way to help them. You're gonna anger them. You're gonna, you know, make them lose trust in you. They're not gonna be able to talk to you anymore. They'll feel like they need to hide it from you, and that just might make it worse because you could be their best friend, and now they don't have that. So I guess my contribution to this week is to those of you who have friends that are cutters. You know, you just need to be there for them. If you ever encounter them cutting, you know, just hug them. That's the best thing I can tell you is just hug them and, you know, let them know that you love them and you're always there for them. But yeah, that's me for this week. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate. Like, if you feel like you're gonna cut and you just want somebody to shoot, you want somebody to just kind of sit there with you, like, let me know. I'll give you my number in a heartbeat, like, really. But yeah, I hope everyone's okay, and, you know, I like to say that it gets better, because it does. It gets easier, I guess is what I would like to say, because, you know, I'm a firm believer, once an addict, always an addict, and I think that goes with self-harm, but I think you can overcome it, and, you know, it'll always be part of you, but you can stop. But yeah, guys, have a great week, and next week hopefully we have a little bit of a lighter topic to talk about. Have a good one.